our first office, our very first office. That is previous, but as I'm sure you know already, what I'm about to say next is that since we've opened up that office, it's been one thing after another. And long story short, to try to comply with everything that the government requires for us to have in order to help people, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. It's been a rough road to try to get to that. We've gotten citations for not having a business license, although we had our 501c3 and we were incorporated. No one ever mentioned the business license. Thanks for warning me. And then I go down to the business license office and they tell me, well, this is why we tell people to come here first before they get into a building, because now zoning is saying that we can no longer operate our food and clothing bank out of the building, the one that we just now signed a lease for, the one that we just now have a grand opening for. And I have just been devastated. But throughout all of that, within the last 3 days, they've told me that I have to pay another $150-something to have rules for my employees on the wall, even though we have no employees and everyone's a volunteer, including myself, and no one gets paid, so I don't know why that would be required for us. Contribute to us. So, of course, I've been in a panic because come Monday, we have to be in Hurt Park and we have to have food and we have to do what we do because we've been doing it for 2 years straight. Every single Monday, we have not missed one. We have not missed one. We've been down there during tornado warnings. We've been down there during blizzards because I don't care because they're still out here homeless and no blizzard or tornado is going to stop that. So why should I let it stop me from getting to them? So whatever attacks were coming my way, I was prepared for them because I knew that I was supposed to be standing here right now. I knew that this was supposed to be done, and so I just took it as, okay, somebody's trying to stop me, and I'm not going to let it happen. So I fought back, and I pressed through, and it wasn't until late last night that I finally broke down and hid up under my desk and cried because I just am human. And I mean, throughout even when I cried, even when I'm a little worried, God knows that I'm human. He was in the flesh at one point himself, so he knows what I'm feeling, and I'm glad to know that. So I don't have to be ashamed of my tears, and I don't have to be ashamed of my worry, but I just have to try to get better at trusting, and I know that he's going to come through with me at the very last minute, right when I'm about to give up. But the great thing about it is that right when I feel like I'm about to give up, because I'd much rather be on the beach, and I wish I could be this selfish person that some people accuse me of being, but for some reason I can't. But just right in the nick of time, God sends me people like Gail there passing out that water. People like Ryan, Catherine, and Natasha, and Jakaria, and Adrienne. Oh my gosh, I don't want to miss anybody, but y'all don't know what y'all have done for me. And that being said, I know I called out a few names. Those were some of our board members, but each one of you in here are important to this situation. You're important to this cause. And whether you contributed by purchasing a ticket, or by being a sponsor, or by helping us locate items that were needed so we would have to pay for them, or by being a vendor, whatever the situation, and whether you decide to write a check before you leave here tonight to help us out with this, whatever the case. Oh, and sign up to become a volunteer, by the way. So that's another option. However you help, you're here right now, and you've already done so much for me, and I just appreciate each and every one of you. And I just wanted to put it out there, what we're kind of going through with this building right now. I just wanted to get to this day and get through this banquet and worry about that and deal with everything else next week after I take a 2-day sleeping hiatus or something. And I know it'll be taken care of. So I just want to thank you all, and I'm going to let this shit
Y'all ready for some magic. I always ask him how he do it. He never shows it. He always do some crazy stuff. Y'all will see, he's like an illusionist, conjurer. Is that how you say it? Conjurer. Okay. Conjurer. But y'all give a round of applause for Mr. Joe Turner.
Thank you very much, Micah. Round of applause for Micah, please. Yeah, my name is Joe Turner. I am a speaker. I'm an escaped management consultant who found a different career, and I now work as a speaker and an entertainer for a lot of different kinds of events. But before I go into that, I really want to point out, you know, this kind of program is a variety show. I've done variety shows literally all over the world, from London, Hungary, all over America. You have no idea. It's not like other theater. Other theater, you get to rehearse, and you have a script, and you have a director, and a stage manager who work with you, and a music director, and they go with you day by day, week by week, until the show is ready to open for previews, and then you tweak it some more, and then you open, and you have a well-oiled machine at that point. Variety theater is an entirely different proposition. Variety theater is where people from all walks of life and different parts of the city or state or country all come together in an afternoon and put together a show and execute it for one night only, often. And often for a cause. And it's done not because any of the performers have some magnificent vision, but it's usually done because one person is inspired enough to ask all of them to put it together. And tonight, that person is Vittel, who has asked all of us to do it. And so, I want to just take my hat off to Vittel, but also to the other performers who are putting their talents together as a puzzle that we don't even know that we have all the pieces to at the time that the curtain opens. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I just want to honor all of the other performers and their talents who are here tonight, because variety, which is my favorite, variety theater is a beast unlike any other in the zoo of entertainment. And so it's an adventure every time. My name is Joe Turner, and I'm going to show you 3 quick things. And I only have a few minutes to be with you tonight. So the first thing I will do will be visual. You won't have to come up or get out of your seat. All you'll have to do is focus and give me your attention. And if you do, I assure you that you will be rewarded with an experience that you will talk about later. And for those of you who saw me last year, this is interesting. All you have to do is put your eyes on the center of this disc. Now, I'm not going to hypnotize you. I'm not going to take your wallets or your money, anything like that. Rest assured. But all you need to do is just for the next few moments, please focus on the center of this spinning disc. As you do, try not to blink. I will count backwards from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, don't look away, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep staring. In a moment, I'll stop the wheel. When I do, you'll look right at my nose. When you do that, something very odd is going to happen. So on the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now those of you who weren't clapping, were you still able to see what just happened? If you saw it, clap. For those of you on the extreme angles who maybe weren't able to see it, what they just witnessed was my head shrinking down like a grapefruit down to a lemon on my neck. It's a very odd sensation. And of course, all of you know that didn't really happen. It's just that you looked at this. And so I'm going to do it again. Usually the second try, over 90% of the people are able to see it. And so here's what I'm going to do it again. And after it's over, I'm going to talk to you about what it means. All right? So I'm going to back up a little bit and try to get the angle for the people on the sides. And you guys just stare Right at the center. Try not to blink. As you stare, I'll count backwards from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, don't look away, 2, 1. In a moment, I'll stop the wheel, and when I do, I want you to look right at my nose. Here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.